What's up everybody, Calvin Bui of FKN DELICIOUSNESS. Today we're in Da Nang, Vietnam. Now we are at a market. Now this place is lively. All around me you'll see people, families, vacationers traveling to Da Nang for their amazing food. It's breakfast time. There's only one thing that I can imagine eating right now, that is porridge. Not any porridge, chao lam. Now chao lam has all the good bits of internal pork products, like intestines, spleen, liver, heart, and maybe some anus. So let's go over to my favorite breakfast spot here in Da Nang. All right, let's walk through this market and head over to my favorite stall for breakfast. But before we get there, let's walk through the market and see all the amazing foods you can choose from. And this is just a random Tuesday here in Da Nang. Everybody is hanging out, having breakfast. And this is how you sit. You sit literally in front of people's stalls and you order. All right, you see how basic this market is. All right, so this lady makes some of the best porridge in the city. Say hi, Dee. Hi. And these are all her amazing ingredients. So what you do is you start off by choosing a small bowl or a large bowl. And a small bowl is literally $1. So let's order ourselves a bowl of chao lam. We're gonna start off by putting on the magic glove, because this magic glove protects you from everything in this world. We'll start with some neck and some intestines, and then we'll go into the, wow, she's going so fast here. You know what? Don't worry about it. We're going to tell you what's in this dish. She's gonna put in some of that amazing porridge, and in a matter of 30 seconds, you're gonna have an amazing bowl of porridge. All right, so let's see what's on this table. On the table, you have some cut limes. You have some cloves of garlic. You have this chili powder over here that looks really spicy. Then you have the communal fish sauce. This communal fish sauce has garlic and chilies. All right, so in front of me, there is a bowl of porridge. Now, what's in there is the exciting part. She doesn't leave anything behind. From nose to tail, everything is in here. Let's check out all the ingredients she puts in her chao lam. All right, let's start excavating this bowl of porridge and see what's in there. Now the first thing I see here is a sausage. Basically it's a blood sausage, and you can see the coagulated blood there. And inside the sausage, it is a bunch of internal parts. Parts that no one wants, including the ear, the nose, and even the anus. Next, you have the heart of the pig. That heart's been sliced up super thin and super pliable. Next, you have the intestines. Now that intestine is going to be chewy, it's going to be chewy and chewy. Next goodie in here is the liver. That liver is going to be so good. Next, you have the intestines, and I sure hope she cleaned that intestine out. After that, it's the throat. But let's literally the throat. That is the esophagus right there. And finally, my favorite and your favorite, the coagulated pig's blood. There's not much more to say about that because it's literally just boiled blood. All right, people are gonna say, well, how do you eat this? This is how I like to eat it. First, I want to taste it and see what spices does the porridge need. I want to get a little spoonful here, take a sip. That's good. That's good. It has a little bit of gaminess, but the porridge tastes super clean. It's almost like your grandma hugging you and telling you it's gonna be okay. But as everybody knows, I love chili. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put some chili in first. I'm gonna put some of this chili powder right on top. Next, a little bit of acidity. I'm gonna use some of these limes, and I'm gonna put the limes into the porridge. I'm gonna give a squeeze of lime right over the top, and And that acidity is gonna bring out a lot of the earthiness of the porridge. Nothing is complete in Vietnam without having some beautiful fish sauce. And again, this fish sauce is filled with chili and garlic, and I think even some ginger. We're gonna be quite sparing with this. I'm gonna put in about this much fish sauce. Make sure that I get some of those chilies in there. I'm gonna stir this together to incorporate all those flavors. And all we do now is eat. Let me clean this table a little bit. So start off with the sausage. So again, this sausage is made with the coagulated pig's blood and all the bits and parts that you don't usually see in the West. Now look at that beautiful sausage there. Grab a bite. Now for some of you who don't usually eat the innards, those flavors might be a little intense for you. But I love the gaminess. I love something that just speaks pork. Pork is probably one of my favorite proteins in the market because it doesn't really need much seasoning. It almost carries its own flavor. Next, we go for the intestines. I love these bits and parts that really no one eats and no one uses. Since this market is a communal seating, I have to move over a little bit and carry my bowl. And I don't mind doing that because I want to show you all the deliciousness. So we're talking about the intestines here. And the intestines have a very nice creamy texture to it, a little bit rubbery, and I almost can taste what that pig ate before it was slaughtered. But I still love it. Let me sip this porridge so that it's easier to hold. All right, next, we're gonna go right into the throat. Now remember that the throat still has all the cartilage intact. Here we go. Any minute now, I'm gonna eat it. This is a throat, right? I mean, there's worse than chicken McNuggets. Oh. Now, I didn't expect the throat to taste that way. It has a nice sweetness that no other part of the pig has. But the winner here is the texture. Biting through the cartilage is not only fun, it's like a texture experience. It's tough on the bite, yet when you chomp down on it, it disintegrates in your mouth. I never thought I would like the throat, but I gotta say, it might be my favorite part of the pig right now. Next, the heart. Now, I've had heart before. I've had beef heart, I've had deer heart. So let's see how the heart of a pig tastes like. The heart is quite gelatinous. When biting into it, it's quite rubbery. But the flavor that it gives out, it's irony, it's sweet, and delicious. Let's continue on these treasures that I find here inside the bowl of porridge. This next piece, the liver. Now, I love liver. I love all livers of all animals. Let's see if I will like the pig liver. I will say this, the liver is for some, but for me, it has this bitteriness to it. It's almost so bitter that it's like bile. Definitely not my favorite treasure in this treasure trove. But hey, to each their own. I want to finish now with the coagulated pig's blood. It should taste sweet, it should taste irony. It shouldn't have much flavors other than goodness. There's something about coagulated pig's blood that I love. It's almost like chocolate pudding, but a more dense version of it. Let's do one final spoonful here with all the ingredients, including a sausage, intestines, other things. Cheers. All those ingredients on a spoon create such a fun texture experience. Flavor-wise, they kind of taste all the same. Texturally-wise, it's crunchy, they're soft, there's gelatinous, there's a pudding-like material. And I gotta say, the flavors of everything, including the chili powder, the fish sauce, the lime, it really comes together. Luckily, there's ginger to really mask a lot of the odors that the pork has. And it's a great way to start your morning here in Da Nang. Oh my God, I absolutely demolished that dish. Let me show you the finished bowl. I should tell you, I put way too much chili in there. That is the end of my bowl. Everything was absolutely delicious. And this woman is so sweet. So when you're in Da Nang and you're at Jagong, make sure you check out her stall. This is the name of her stall. And support small businesses, because these are kind of the dishes that I think through the generations, they're gonna start losing the love for offal. And it's dishes like this that have really laid the foundation of what Vietnamese cuisine is here in Vietnam. What an amazing meal that was. Chao lam is one of those heritage dishes that I think if you're Vietnamese, you grew up on. It's a dish that uses everything from nose to tail on a pig, and you really can see the inventiveness of Vietnamese food. Now you're probably wondering, how much was that dish? Well, the total of that bowl of chao lam, which is a large bowl, was a whopping 30,000 VND. Now you're probably wondering, hey Calvin, I don't know how much VND is. How much does that equate into USD? Well, the total of that meal was $1.15. Speaking of starting your days, this is how you can help me, a small content creator, travel the world and make these amazing videos. You can donate to the channel. You can donate $1, $2, $5, $10, $20. Hey, somebody out there could have literally donated $1.15 and bought me breakfast. $50 or even $100. I'll leave my QR code on the screen right about now, and consider pledging, because it's pledges like yours that keep this small, lonely channel on YouTube. With that being said, my name is Calvin Bui, aka Captain Charisma. I will see you on the next episode of FKN Deliciousness. Peace!